what do you make of the performance and the result, mate?
The result was, as with most Premiership games, was what you deserve, really. I'm pretty comfortable talking like that. We don't win games of rugby like we win without deserving it, and we didn't win the Premiership without deserving it, and we didn't lose today without deserving it. I thought there's going to be a lot of little things for us to work on. I think first and foremost, though, there's got to be that determination to get through the training week absolutely top class, and then turn up on the day absolutely top class, and almost not look for any excuses. It's rare for us to only score 5 points. It's rare for us to lose a game where we only concede 6. You've got to give Worcester great credit. For us to only score 5 points takes a bit of doing in the Premiership. They've kept us to 5 points. I thought they were more physical than us. They won a lot of the breakdown areas. They killed a lot of our momentum, created some problems for us around the ruck. And that's all I can say. All I can say is that the result was what it was. If you don't have more control in the game, if you don't exert more influence with how you carry the ball, how you clear out, the pace you bring to the game, the intensity you bring to the game, if you don't control more of those elements, then you rarely win, and that's what happened today.
Do you have any idea why your team was a bit flat today?
Oh yeah, I mean there's lots of little bits and pieces that can have an effect, but the truth is we've always had lots of little bits and pieces that can affect us, and you've got to work over those things. I mean there's a few things. I think the Glasgow game and the Glasgow result probably dented us a little bit in that we were obviously going for something pretty big for ourselves as a group there, and then since then we haven't really been together as a playing group so much on the pitch. But again, I don't really want to make excuses for people. If I said to the lads, if you want to walk around as the champions of England, then you've got to fight. You've got to fight for that. You've got to fight like a contender to stay there. And I think it feels a little bit like we probably had a week. It's easy to say in hindsight, a little bit of a week where I think we were slowly getting ourselves up to speed rather than deciding to be bang up to speed on Monday. And ultimately we paid the price. I mean we've given up an awful lot of ball. We've given up an awful lot of ball today. And like I say, whether real periods of control exerted by us in the game, you've got to say no, there weren't. And if anything, probably for us to have been within striking distance with hitting a post with a kick, could have won us the game. In some ways, feels a little bit like I don't know how we got that close. In some ways, because it never really felt like we were taking control of the game. Worcester looked like they had a fair bit more composure and just a bit more understanding of what they wanted to get out of the game. We had our moments, we had our line breaks that we didn't convert. And those can often hurt you, but ultimately, I like to think over the 80 minutes you've got to merit winning a game, and we just didn't have enough of those 80 minutes for me to sit here and go that game should have been ours.
Do you think that you resting for the whole of the Anglo-Welsh competition helped, or do you think they should have, in hindsight, might have played them last week?
Yeah, it's difficult because I think when you're not involved in the top flight European competition, I think then there's an argument for kind of getting a little bit of rotation in there, because you can rotate for that Challenge Cup period a little bit as well, and that kind of keeps you just ticking over. In the past, last season we rested up for these 2 weeks, and we still managed to stay on a winning run that took us all the way to the Premiership final. So I think it's one of those things. In hindsight, would some of those lads have been better playing last week? Probably. In the next 3 or 4 weeks, or the next 6 weeks, or if we get to a top 4 in a semi-final, will we have been better for giving them the break? Well, that's when you've got to hope it pays off. So some of these things you've got to take on the chin. At the moment, I just kind of like the players, to be honest, and turn up at training on Tuesday and ready to work hard and kind of clear today's performance out of their heads by working hard. Because just as we probably didn't deserve to win today, if we go to Wasps and play in a way and train in a way and play in a way that we deserve to win, we probably will. That's what the Premiership is like.
So do you think you lacked a bit of sort of flair?
We lacked a bit of bite, more than anything. No, we didn't. It's flair. It's not about lacking flair. Flair's not the quality that you need as a foundation element. What you need is hard work and determination and a real attitude to drive yourself and drive the team forward. And that was the element that wasn't there today.
You've been fortunate enough in the past, I can say as a club, to avoid international call-ups.
Yeah.
Do you think now, with more and more your players being sort of called up, that possibly has an adverse effect on the situation? For
me, it's a pleasing problem to have, and it's one that if our biggest challenge is having to do with international call-ups, then it's one we're pleased to take, and we've got to get on with it. Other clubs have to do with that. There's no issue for me. Today we had a good squad of players on the field. Did we play well enough to win the game? No, we didn't, and those are the questions we've got to answer. All right.